Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LPL Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
The other side though really dead, so he has himself Kirch's shard, he has himself longsword and boots, so this is just lane domination now from ZDZ. When we'll be getting a wave crash in though with this wave, so he'll get himself back to steel caps and maybe some longswords as well, so he'll be a lot more happy after this early lane actually.
Yeah, nice trade there. Mana takes a slice and a W to come on through, pops the Dominus as well, now roaming down towards the river, but here comes Leon, and ZDZ may be forced to flash forwards himself, gets over the wall, javelin toss goes wide, there's the heightened senses, ZDZ vaulting away, Leon goes down the slow, under the tower they go, they can still look to dive this, but it's really dicey, and that's no pun intended, still get the kill, despite running an absolute marathon.
And ZDZ, Shiv, you can't stop pushing the wave either. Luckily you're not at that point right now, it's a problem with Tristana too, where she levels up the explosive shot and things going to go badly after that point, but what are you doing, ZDZ? You're just putting yourself into a terrible vault position again, positioning poorly, goes down for the effort.
Easy as you like. Wink is there as well, and he comes in with the assist. A second kill for one. Subs in for YSKM, has a little bit of jungle attention despite the early laning woes, and now find themselves with a significant lead. All the while Cryan having to back away in the mid lane as Crisp comes for a gank. You'll see that it was a grub nabbed as well.
I've walked back so quickly. And, you know, credit for them for doing that, but god, it was so unfun to see for a little while. Spear is going to stop Xiao, who's recall. Can they dive with this? They have Cryan's all coming up just now. He's teleporting. Wow, flash charm.
He misses the javelin toss, though. You knew exactly where he's walking. He gets to tether under the tower. Oh, no. It's a 1-for-1, but that one's a bit ugly.
Oh, Leanne, buddy, charm makes people not stunned. It makes them walk towards the person who's charmed them. Misses out on the spear. Awkward moment. Xiao, who does go down, but it is a 1-for-1, which they didn't expect. Light almost taking this full outer turret. Would be nice for him to get that one. Chris flies in to save the day. Does get the entire turret here, so Light at least pushing up on the annoying right now. But what happens if Wink manages to catch him in a flash combo? Chance of him dying straight up, but still buys his team enough space, particularly with that W, to get onto the dragon first.
That arm now coming on over. The javelin toss just wide. Dragon about to get very low, but not gone down over the wall. Goes Cryan, gets a good charm onto Xiao Hao, but the dragon now secured. Smolder's ultimate comes across. Fantastic steadfast presence. Stops one, getting his into the backside of the dive. But look at Weibo getting his health bars. They're all desperately low. The javelin toss comes along. Cryan lands another charm. One into the backside, forcing Light to flash. But the Dominus still roaring her to life. A slow onto one, and the vault comes out as well. Flashing away, he does finally go down, but so many summoners blown to stop that Renekton. Xiao, who goes down as Leon pounces forward to claim another. The super Scorch Breath and the Chew not quite there, but a flash for an extra Q. And they will claim an extra kill. Huge win for him. Gaming with the gold lead. Yes, a lot of that is from things like Nidalee so ahead. Now the Stride Breaker slow, Leon behind. ZDZ's got nowhere to go. I think it's just ZZZ because he's being put him straight to sleep.
No flash this time. Cleanse not enough to get him out to safety, so he doesn't even pop it. This is what happens when you're playing a Quinn from behind without significant vision. You need to...
Quickness being down in trade is still a relatively heavy cost. Especially because we didn't lead any kills, but now one in the back line has found a wonderful flank angle. Fantastic headbutt pulverized. Smolder's mother comes flying, but the turnaround is huge. And of course, one's not in yet because he couldn't get over the wall as freely as he was hoping. They've lost the cow.
One fails his E into the wall and didn't have flash, so bot side, you have maxed out Harry, you have 3 items, you are absolutely shredding. This energized build is absolutely bullcrap.
Just one blows everything, cannot get far enough away. All the mid-game shenanigans from this Renekton attacking the Quinn suddenly feel a long, long way away.
So once you start proccing Fleet Footwork and Storm Razor, your movement speed is absolutely disgusting, and this is why you pick the Quinn into the Renekton. The early laning phase is good, the late game doesn't get much better for the Renekton, and with that, behind enemy lines now, ZDZ walking back towards the Baron, looking to make it a 5v4.
Charm lands, headbutt comes on through,
Assassination.
very low, looking to the backside, ZDZ onto one, Dragon not quite down, and now ZDZ's in danger, not quite in the execute just now. The Crypt Bloom procs on top of it all, Light flying forwards though, could still be a threat. ZDZ done enough regardless. No, he hasn't it because Arn just picks up absolutely everyone.
The hard work was done in the side lane, and then the double carries of ZDZ and Light both.
That go too deep, get punished, give over a load of kills. Now you got a 4-0-2 Smolder who has just got Baron to their name, and now how's Quinn going to shove into that?
And this one's particularly hard for Weibo, right? They came off of a victory against JDG, and it looked good. Charm lands under turret.
Oh, and alongside Smolder's ultimate. Oh, down for the count. Oh, Lord Almighty. They finally killed him, though. Light gets him this time. Wait. The dragon is down. This means the fight can continue. ZDC, though, on the other side. Now free firing. And Invictus Gaming, they overshot, and Weibo trade back just fine.
Oh, what is this game? Every time I'm like, okay, this team's in the advantage. They're going to be surely winning this next fight. Champion really in this game. Nidalee, half of a poke champion because hitting the space is so difficult. There goes Crying.
What's the flash out of Xiaohu again? Crying's done that a lot, but honestly, it feels like Xiaohu's flash being down is pretty much the only prize he's gotten with the charms in a little while outside of a good charm under the tower into Xiaohao. That's the ultimate from
Soul.
Still got it going down. Chris down very low. So teleport in now, coming flying through. Soul secured. That will mean there's no real fight. The steadfast presence comes on through. One still looking to get to the backline, but Invictus Gaming do not find what they came for. Burn the teleport, and Weibo this time are quick enough
And down targets.
trying to get that. The initial sneeze goes wide. Smolder's mother comes flying on in, gets a bit of a chunk onto light. Big stun there. One went in, but immediately is forced away with the keeper's verdict. Flash down to his name as well. Flash back out from Arn, trying to keep alive. Now he gets to start turning around with the Nidalee, who hits the javelin toss, gets the initial kill. Into the backline they go to big knocker, but they can't follow up on any kills. Wink, desperately low, does go down as Light picks that one up, but trying to get a reset is Crying, who is down at about 100 HP.
Wait, ZDC can just fly after them. He's got his
Valor
Valor again.
Over the wall, he can start looking over, flashes over the wall, Arn's there, being attacked with the Harriers, claims the dragon, is looking like St. George over here. All of the health bars too low to work with. Invictus Gaming not living up to their namesake. They cannot find victory here. Weibo Gaming win the 5v5.
They win the 5v5, but how quickly can they push the lane, go in towards these objectives? IG, I don't think it is nearly as easy for them now to go towards the Baron. Weibo now starting it up. One has teleported in 15 seconds, but that might be too late.
Down to half HP. Wink is around, Crying's around, Leyen is around, but without a flash, and the Baron's gone. There's double 80 carries. It's 39 minutes into the game. We're
Pushing in all of these lanes, using the rest of that Baron buff to just be a threat across the map. IG, they do not want to give up Elder. They cannot give up Elder.
one being kind of kept away from the fight by ZDZ makes it another 4v4 they have to manage.
So ZDZ, again, he's just not going towards the Elder. IG are now forced to go towards the Elder. Poppyl does not get rid of the important targets. The Baron's still on.
And the Elder Dragon being taken, that time by Leon. That means Wayne can potentially look to go on in. ZDZ still winning out in the base. Yes, they got the Elder, but what about the fight afterwards? Like, just about alive, trying to go forwards his on, and they're going to at least get back to base with the teleport. ZDZ still here, Crying, having to respond, and Light kills at least two. Becomes a 2-for-1 and a next.
Again, another swing and a miss.
Appreciate him looking. It does force Light's ultimate out though, and that's a fairly big prize in and of itself. One as well claims the tier 2, and with the Elder Dragon still just about on. Invictus Gaming is still pretty threatening here. And they go looking ahead. Oh, what engage! They managed to go top of the Nidalee. Wink desperately low, goes forward. The head, but Pulverize will be minced meat for it. Crying, throws out an Orb of Deception. But I think it might be just an Orb of Desperation at this point. Look at ZDZ.
When's the next Mantra Cube? Xiaohu will one-shot.
Could do a lot of damage, ZDZ. Down to the GA. One goes into the backline, beginning to spin around. The culling of the Meek begins. ZDZ vaulting away. One low on, nearly out, is taken down. Light gets the kills. Down to the GA is one, and they're overshoved. Elder Dragon be damned.
Elder falls off, and they cannot finish the game. The thing is, the wave against the Smolder, 20 seconds left. Wink no ultimate. I think this has got to be it.
Surely, none of the wave clear is here. The final Nexus turret is down on Weibo Gaming against the run of play, against the narrative of the split. Smolder loses, and it's against a Quinn top lane.
A Quinn top lane that loses early game carries the late. Xiaohu carries the late with his Mantra Qs as well. As Weibo come off of a victory.
So, the global power that Invictus Gaming have drafted between the Cannon Barrage and the Dawning Shadow, and even things like Ari and Maokai's extended engagement response ranges.
That leaves the one on a bit of an island. It's not going to be enough to look for this dive again. Very, very intricate kind of play around vision here to make sure that this topside dive could come into a win.
Just face check the volley bear. That's so roughly, and we'll need to look to get over the wall. Flashes immediately, but so does Xiaohao, and makes it a very difficult point. A flash forward, and the W of First Blood goes the way of ZDZ.
Fantastic play by supports with just like rage and a pro play, and then just like look at this, he's rage clearing minion. Wing, he's such an angry player.
Yeah.
This guy stealing all the farm and dying for it.
know, he's going to throw down the ultimate. Actually, maybe the turnaround here is pretty good. Does actually look like he falls anyway. And the moment you start memeing, the guy falls down. Should not really deserve it with the farm, is he?
Exactly. If you're going to farm them
that way. And they are kind of quite happy to be scaling, in fairness, when you've got yourself Gangplank and Senna. And you've got yourself the Nidalee as well, who really wants to get that first item come online. Light, though, could be in danger here. They're going to throw out Nature's Advance, doing their best to make things dangerous as they do get some damage back, as Light just keeps trading back and just wins the 1v1. Now Corain is here, but I think it's going to be a little too late. They do get the kill, but checked. I paused and still got it wrong.
It's the
I don't know why.
The Nature's thing.
Grass.
It's twisted. Xiaohao might ult towards topside, has flash, he's going to go towards it, can't go onto the GP with the oranges. Here comes the wall.
Trying to make the damage happen, flashing away. The damage back is pretty good. Xiaohao pretty low. They do get the kill.
Wink.
But now the turnaround is pretty good as Wink goes in, but he's very deep. Damage onto one who's on the wrong end of some threaded volleys. Crisp is here as well. And Invictus Gaming just cannot survive.
Not just yet. Lian goes forward, but he can't go into the Renekton stun. And Xiaohao, this
So it ends up being a relatively even trade for now. There'll be a W up from Cryan, but remember the slice and the dice is going to be available. The ult popped from Cryan, once again forced out of these side lanes. A lot of running away with the Ahri ultimate over the last 2 games.
Yeah, and this is now going to be such a nasty combo. This is basically the payoff for that mid lane play earlier, which blew the flash of Arn and Wink in the mid lane. Didn't lead to kills, but it leads to them handily winning this fight. No way to reposition IG. They needed to wait until items, but they weren't given an option. Serious credit to
Senna's just not working right now. The Dawning Shadow is pretty good though, and they have managed to survive a little bit.
camera
ZDZ not here. Crisp goes down. That's not the best target ever. There's 1-for-1 right now, but Cryan locked up proves problematic. ZDZ in the backline with a slice and dice from the guards brings Lian down to boot. When managing to dodge a lot of the skill shots, but there's just too much consistent DPS. You can't dodge autos.
They don't have the items. They just didn't manage to stall out long enough. I think basically after Lian got red in the early game and Xiaohao got that first kill, IG's early game fell apart. They could never stall out to the point where they wanted to. Arn, taken down by Xiaohao, pops the emote. It has been a clean game number 2 after Xiaohao read Lian's early pathing. They just kept up the full court press. It has not been close since.
Ocean Soul, an additional 10 kills over Invictus Gaming, so many towers, now Baron as well. This game looking so difficult to manage. I don't think any scaling in the world is going to come online in time now.
So when you are this far behind in the game, you're going to see desperation plays. You know, not great set of ultimates from IG. I think the Cannon Barrage is actually fine. It ends up allowing Arn to go into a decent position, but you're not there with the barrels at the start of the play because this is a bit of a snap play. This isn't a play which IG really wanted to explode in the way that they wanted to. It's been a very difficult game for IG in terms of like trying to keep up the pace of things. Weibo, credit to them for making this a difficult game. I don't think this is all on IG. I think that the early game pathing from Liam was read very, very well from Weibo. But this is the problem with this composition. If the Nidalee is not able to keep your lanes kind of stable, what are you picking the Nidalee for? You should have picked a champion that could play early game a lot more easy. Got to teleport in. Last gasp. Here comes Wink. He's going to run straight into light and probably die for free.
Boy. That's so much damage. Now they're just teleporting in turn. Wink's flashing away. Having thrown down the Nature's Grasp. On the other side, it's a 3v4. The Invictus game it losing. ZDZ on this Renekton. Such a monster. Lian goes down. That Nidalee dies in a pretty distinctive fashion. ZDZ now in danger. The Cannon Barrage did pop out the Sterex, but over the Weaver's Wall comes Cryan. Well, he's living up to his namesake, but there's no point crying over spilt games. This one's over for the losing. Arn gets one back, but now one trying to trade back out. He's still getting knocked over the grand entrance, doing a fair amount of work back, but Light just flashes forwards, and he murders a couple more.
Light snuffs out the light in the eyes of Invictus Gaming. It has not been a close game. Invictus Gaming, they could have seen themselves up to a very, very strong finish in the LPL regular season. They could have seen themselves into top 6, maybe even further, but they've slid down the standings. They sub in one as trying to be a stopgap measure. YSKM was not doing it for the team. One comes in, and he sadly cannot finish things off better. Weibo looked to finish maybe even as top 6.
They had us in the first half, but in the latter half of the split, Weibo Gaming well and truly online. They have made their way not just into playoffs, but that little bit, Poke Kaiser with the Ludens and Crypt Bloom and the rest of it, if you lock that in alongside a Karma and of course a Jace, your ability to just volley down people from a screen away could be quite difficult for LGD to manage if they don't pull the trigger before
there. And you say, who would you do that with? I mean, Clearlove has Sejuani one, by the way, so he already has that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'd be fun. I'd enjoy that.
Little bit of a shout out there. I think, what else could I think? I was actually telling you,
Caps on Vayne.
Caps on Vayne, that would be funny. Faker on LeBlanc.
Meteor on bot lane.
That's a really good one, yeah. Making out like the K2 asteroid, trying to cause an absolute disaster and the extinction of hope down here as Xiaoye cashes in. LWX dead to right. Xiaoye just about alive. They'd love to get another auto onto Ming. Finally over the line into a flash out. Meteor does it with style.
Oh, great stuff. That was such a weird dive because it's hard to say, like, I mean, she's a support, but is that going to be true? Bertel, he might be a master of great music. Might, however, be silenced a little earlier, but the flash will get him out just fine. The speaker system cuts off just briefly, and the plates go down on top side.
Do indeed, and everyone around actually also with 5 grubs to RNG's name as well. They're going to do a lot of damage.
I want the record to show that everyone else also thought it was Baby Shark that you were saying.
Oh God.
It was that bad, Sam.
I just wanted to, I remember you saying we want to be a bit careful with things like, you know, those DMCA checks on the audio is a fight actually occurring. So
Xiao has ult, has flash. This is at least one kill. Wei's going to die. Can they chase for more?
Gotta be careful. Remember, Breathe has no flash actually, so enough musing about the finer points of casting and more about the last breath of Breathe.
Well, if Birdall's putting up the propane nightmares, Breathe. So it's actually a song by Prodigy, and that one's been silenced too. Breathe's a great song, by the way. I think it's on the Fat and the Land album. Yeah. So we got ourselves a bit of a weirdly EDM top play. LGD, they let the second dragon go over and say, let's get gold before that first big fight comes in, but now they're caught anyway.
Oh, fantastic ult on him. Xiaoye is down. That means the stacks are dead as well. Fortunately for him, at least he cashed in earlier, but this is still going to be a lot of stacks lost. Jinjao as well. Breathe pick up too.
LGD.
And I think Meteor could be in trouble here if he doesn't back right. I think he's okay. Breathe's not going to face check him.
I think Meteor might look to kill him. He's just used all of his regular abilities as a chance for us to come out.
He's coming as well. Oh boy.
No, so now Meteor's overstayed. No. Now he should have just recalled. Now he's going to potentially blow his flash. He has his ult as well. He doesn't use his get over the wall, and he might just die here as well. Awful turn of events for LGD. They decided not to fight towards that dragon. They end up not retreating well. They lose 3 members from it, and LGD, from what I praise is a good play, for basically saying, don't fight, in my mind, the correct play.
Oh, Angry just a little bit disappointed. Maybe a bit of a turnaround here. The violence comes on through the Whirling Death. It's a cash for Xiaoye and LWX goes down. Now Ming in danger. Does have the Unbreakable Will pop. Over the wall comes Wei. Will claim the life of the Draven, but it's already too late. The cash in happened. What happens at the end of this is a charm comes on through Wei. Does not have the Crescent Guard, so does go down. And Birdall picks up a second kill. And LGD punch back.
Birdall comes to play on the Aatrox. This has been the LGD champion for this split. If they win, it's through Birdall's Aatrox more often than not. Breed still on this top side. I don't think he can realistically get much done here. The World Ender has gone off, but he's just getting himself a safe recall. We've seen this a number of times on both sides now. Harold's going to go down. LGD, they get themselves... Wait, he's going to spot him on the sweeper.
He's going to try and jump on them. This could still be really scary. There's a lot of damage back. Meteor has got the collateral damage, trying to get towards the blast cone, cannot do it, and Breathe just sticks around and does what Meteor tried to do, but...
And up like this is exactly what we were worried about. You can flash for a Q3.
Oh, and just murders him. And now Birdall with that speed boost begins to run away. The teleport comes on through, tagging him with a bit of a speed buff himself as LWX is here. Over the wall he goes, but that just should be a ult over the wall for LWX, who'd love to secure the kill and does so. So it becomes the 1-for-1. Teleports popped, of course, but it is still big.
There's no early soul points from either of these teams. Big damage items in from both sides now, though. Breed does not have himself the Muramana just yet.
Haichao's on vision but doesn't know it, so the Ahri is exactly where they expect him to be. There's a hook going forward, but Wei now turns it around. Big damage onto the Nautilus, who dies. The Dragon secured. Now the charm is pretty solid. Knock up on the Wei, but he's got a Crescent Guard running. Ming now trying to get back as well. Birdall on the flank, trying to go forward, trying to get some damage on to the Alistair, who flashes on forward, getting LWX to the backside, but he's going to get that much value! What are you doing? Now Ahri begins to fly with some more of the resets! Flashing away, still trying to trade out. Xiaoye picks up an axe and begins to continue wailing on him! That Kraken Slayer damage alongside Ahri just resetting on everybody brings LGD to a big point of power.
Haichao walks away with a triple kill and 10 dark. That's huge damage on their team.
I think we're starting to see the issue as well, as the front line is just not as tanky as you'd like. Needlessly large rod pulled in for Haichao, but we'll talk about that in a second. His Birdall in a 1v versus his 2 opposite solo laners trying to play this one out, and all the while Baron's being started!
TPs. So they do have double TPs on the solo lanes, but they need to be able to kill Birdle quick enough that they can get towards the play. 4,000 HP on the Baron. Can they get the steal?
Now they're teleporting in. It might be a little late. It's a decent headbutt pulverized. Now he can get into the pit to try and steal this one out. The fight back is pretty good. Hightower over the wall doing his best. LWX follows though, and that'll be all of the stacks disappearing. Baron secured. Bored about the fight afterwards. Meteor trying to quick draw his way to safety. Xiaoye though just unleashes. He's 1v3. Nearly murders them all. Doesn't quite have the DPS.
But as he dies, the Baron buff goes with it. Birdle not there to be the destroyer. LWX almost towards Nash's. That will be W Evolve Xiaoye. No flash. They're looking for the fight. Anyway, Jinzhao caught.
Boy, that's so much damage from so long away. Meteor steps forward to throw an auto at Wei that does just nowhere near enough.
Also worth noting as well, Ming, Wei, they both have their ultimates coming up shortly, or at least Wei has his to complete the duo from that. While this is happening, the range advantage from RNG becoming all too low.
As indeed, Wei can still be difficult when he's still got the Crescent Guard. There's the hook turnaround to begin to throw people away.
Oh, it's another flip, folks.
It's going to be another flip. Smell the burgers in the air, the frying onions. Who the hell has got this order? Already the jungler's dead. The flip was never a flip in the end. It's a gourmet meal served up by LGD. The turnaround, though, might end up with a second course that is much more RNG favored. Hightower needing to think about backing away, splitting up from the rest of his team. Birdle on a flank, looking to try and get something out. The decent stand aside there, doing some work. Birdle can still get on the backside. Onto LWX. Cannot ult out of danger right now. Down to 20% HP as Hightower has got a second charge of the ultimate to run with. Continues to throw damage out onto this Kai'Sa, who needs to stay away. Bree throws out a huge shock blast, though, and the range discrepancy in the spacing proving too difficult. Voidseeker lands, will not be taken forwards. LWX still with that killer instinct. Can still look to go forwards. RNG back in force. Can look to continue trading. Xiaoye stands and delivers. So much damage. Trying to trade on out. Flash away from Ming's head, but pulverize. Gets two, but it's not enough. Meteor trying to run over the wall and will survive for now. But already they lost a couple. Look at Hightower on the flank. Has he got anything to work with? There's just no ultimate yet. The health bars are low, but I don't think it's 1v3 low.
Charm.
The Charmer goes wide.
Ah, man, Hightower can't end up really delivering anything left in that end of that team fight. 2 Baron buffs surviving as opposed to the 0 from the last one. RNG, once again, proving that they can stand toe-to-toe in terms of damage against LGD. The gold advantage here for LGD, it's not always as apparent as it seems. Dragon, of course, ignored during all this. There's a chance we get another fight, and that's why we're teleporting back in. The Dragon's the prize if big kills come down.
Flash away, another Q, lads. Just out of range of the accelerated shock blast, and this is where things get dicey. The thing is, the Kai'Sa as well, beginning to transition towards more APs. That'll be another.
LWX outplays just about. And as we come back to live, 1-for-1 as Breathe dies, but Hightower also goes down.
Potentially very significant. Breathe has been a huge part of just the amount of damage. How you hit with the Void Seeker there. Needs to be a bit afraid. I think LWS can pull the trigger, but
we have some very proud players in the LPL, so it has turned itself into a tense affair.
It has nearly a death cap for LWX, who has been behind the gold of this Raven for a little while. That's good charm on the way. Got a Crescent Guard, and the other big ultimate down. Now Ming goes in, gets a big knock on the meter, but no one else. Remember, there's no ultimate left, so he's just dead. Shock Blast, wide for once from Breathe, and it's just a clean pick.
This is the Game of Thrones, I guess. So anyway, Baron's been started back up, and if you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. This could be the death knell for the team that loses the next fight.
Down goes the Baron, and away they go. Jinzhao in a spot of bother, has to flash away. My God, it's Nautilus, but look at Birdle! Forced to flash out of Ming. Not onto that important target right now. It's Hightower. Flash for the charm. Forces Tango to flash in turn. Big orb deception with the double bonus. Birdle murders Ming finally. The reset is Xiaoye! Flashes forward, stand aside, and eat axe! Decapitated in the mid lane.
I think that's a couple more atrocities to put onto this play. LGD get themselves a Baron. Finally, they get themselves out with a clean Baron. The first one, they lost 5 members. The second one, they lost 3. And in Act 3 of this play, LGD get out with a clean team fight and all 5 Baroned up members heading towards the Nexus.
Nothing left to be done. Tang Yuan alone against the Baron up minion wave and enough DPS from LGD to end this one. It was, in the end, a close affair, but a snowballed Draven proved a little too hard to manage, especially once some of those picks began to happen onto the front line.
In a series, quite heavy AP in solo lanes and even recanting some as well. Incentivized going Mercury's treads and a couple of other things.
Carries to manage too.
This is such a risky composition.
Instead.
That he is. A whole lot of Ionia represented in this one. If you see yourself, we are definitely going for all level 1. Jinzhao, can you get caught?
Oh, that's not bad. There's a lot of damage back though. That Ricard goes so down. The damage back on Dominguez Future makes it a 1-for-1, but the first blood went the way of Nautilus compared to Xayah picking it up on the other side.
And I feel like you take the invade as well. Use that wave crash to make sure that Jin Zhao can also come in. And you really looking for a dive
here we go.
Ming no flash.
Tried to go forwards, haven't really taken tower aggro as yet. Now they have teleports coming on through, get the final auto, LWX is dead and they're running away. Meteor needs to be a bit careful, does have the flash, but he's already managed to hop out, and actually that's a teleport and a kill. So
can be such a big threat to LGD. Feels like RNG, they're playing through artillery, they're playing through multiple shots coming out of the howitzers later in the game. LGD are much more about a shotgun, one big fight.
Manages a ward hop forward onto a minion, now trying to back away. It's a good knock-up flash forward from LWX. Ghost running as well, there's no real way for Xiaoye to get out to safety. Another auto would do it, and they claim the life of the Xayah.
So, kill towards the Jinx. RNG, if they're important for them, does leave Xiaoye alone on this bot side. It means that potentially with level 6 from Ming, that Xiaoye could be in trouble. He'd have to blow ult for ult. Feathers pulled down.
Ming gets a staggering blow. The damage back is decent, but it's not enough to get the kill. And Xiaoye gets to stay on the tower for now, I think. And now, actually, Jin Zhao is here. With LWX could be in a spot of bother. I don't think... ult. Yeah, the lack of ult definitely hurting there. Worth noting as well, Kindred did not take all the grubs. In fact, only took the one, interestingly. Coming over here, they want to fight for this dragon instead, which is still up. They can go over the wall! Can't quite get the smite. Was definitely in the pit that way. Remember, no flash can get over the wall, though. Had the ward just...
Not always had the most stability as a pro player. He came in to, be this person who could potentially be the replacement for Xiao, who breathe. 2v2 topside.
Gonna get a 1v1 split apart here as Meteor and Wei trading on out. Gets kicked away. The flash forward from Birdle, though, means the Breeze's in danger! And a hop forward claims a kill for Birdle. The rocket comes flying, but it is wide. Tang Yuan is here to no avail. And LGD pick up a kill on the top side.
Birdle pounces. Wei tries to make it into an even 2v2, but he can't get the damage done onto both members. Tang Yuan misses out. Wei flash, but misses the Q. Slick sidestep by Birdle. As in the grand scheme of things, conversation about how Kindred gets a lot of value from for Marks. Birdle doesn't have ult. He probably won't have a health bar soon after this. He's stopped from recalling and he's
wave.
The turret, but there's no wave. You're absolutely right. Birdle's still stuck under here. But what's the response from LGD? Can they cross map? They're potentially looking towards mid lane, but while this is happening, Birdle is almost certainly dead top lane. What happens on the rest of the map? Looks like it's a mid lane turret push, no kills.
That's a solid rocket belt over. Tries to get towards the wave and does a bit of DPS. There's no real way to go out. They're still going to get first turret in the bot side from Xiaoye, who
and mid lane as well.
For free. And in the mid lane, you're absolutely right. That goes down as Haichao and Meteor there managed to do that one. They might trade for a tier 2 top side at least, though.
So Breathe kind of showing his experience and saying that, look, I'm just going to walk away from this mid lane outer turret. No sense me dying. RNG, though, they have the Herald. So when it comes to this, inner turrets are worth more gold. Xiaoye is walking towards bot side, though, as well, and gets some good chunk damage onto that bot lane. You know what? We are fully armed and ready to go.
These Arsenals are definitely hot and ready to be pulled. The primed power of these teams pretty high at this point.
So look to see where the hook lands. It's going to land and miss just there. And the next thing we have to look out for is what's going to happen with the equalizer. If it tags onto the backline, that could be enough space LGD can buy. Dragon being started.
It's not bad. Onto the backline, splits it up. The Dragon secured. Now Wei in a difficult position. Tries to ward up over the one, fails it. He's dead. That makes it another kill and a mark to Kindred. That's 4.
Okay, so mark over to Kindred. Perfect. We talked about the equalizer and why. Why, if you're not going to pick a front line, that equalizer has to have big value. It does right there. The backline has to back off as Wei goes in for the steal. Much easier to go into the enemy jungle and put down wards. You can see that currently, RNG, no wards across the river. I think they have Scuttle Crab taken in topside, but no wards across the other side of the map. You see that LGD, they're starting to get those now. So LGD, they're going to have a bit of better map pressure. Tang Yuan needs to be in a bit careful here. He might have to. Meteor jumping forwards.
He's still in danger.
Late.
There's going to be another Q available, and it's just a kill back. The Spiraling Despair comes through, and Haichao will pick that kill up. That was pretty easy, frankly.
Haichao, one of these rookie players in LGD, both him and Xiaoye coming up and making a mess of a lot of the LPL. Their own points. Wei misses out his Q. Meteor can really start to threaten now as well. Wei needs to be careful. Kraken Slayer, Steel Caps, it means that Meteor pretty good at shrugging off some of that damage and turning around a lot in turn. Now, all 3 out of 2.
Who on this Jace might well turn into a win condition, but with the jungler on the other side of the map, LGD just say, let's just test this. We've got double AD carry and a Karma. We can do this real fast.
Okay, it's still kind of dangerous, though. They are fish in the barrel. Ming, flash, ult. He can start things off
Lisa's
well.
Not here in time. It's going to go down. Oh my god, that rocket got close. Not enough, though. They're going to be the secure. Now, what about the fight afterwards? There's a Lamb's Bite that buys time. The Spiraling Despair is going to be buffered out from that one. It's into the backline. Goes Jin Zhao on this Rakan. And it's going to be a 1 for none right now. The aren't great. Xiaoye flashes forwards, does get the kill. Trying to back away. avoiding the severing bolt. What about the fight at the back end? And this is Meteor being run down by the Jinx. He's very excited. Hightail body blocks, but the Sonic Wave lands. And RNG punish at the Baron.
Xiaoye just about gets out. He flashes forward, gets an assassination onto Breathe.
Being pretty valuable. All the while, though, we've got to keep our eyes on how the game plays. Into the air goes Xiaoye, who had way jump towards, but now he's actually rooted in place. Now Meteor can step forward, huge amount of damage back, but there's no Lamb's respite. He's detonated because Ming was there to lock him in place with a staggering blow.
Wei and Ming, this godly duo of times past. They might not be making playoffs, but they... The other side, Haichao trying to poke out with the Mantra Q, but let's see how quick this Baron goes down before the poke comes in from RNG and they get to return fire.
Teleport now flying. The equalizer comes along. It's not awful. It splits Tang Yuan up, but the damage onto Jinzhao is monstrous. The spiraling despair. The Lamb's spike keeps him alive, but now they need to back away. The severing bolt not quite in, but the rocket lands. Ming now looking for a hook, and away LGD have to fly. Bernal trying to get out of danger, has got a blast go, but it locks way towards the rest of his team. And look at LGD's health bars, and they can start Baron and Turk and RNG.
Yeah, the health bars are one thing, but look at the Baron's health bar. The range advantage wins out. Now LGD, they have to re-enter the pit. It's like Valorant, trying to retake the site, trying to defuse the situation.
There's a spike gone down straight through the heart of LGD after that one. It was a bit of a mess. Can try and come on over. The health bars from RNG on. Fantastic guy that Haichao's teleported in himself. LWX
resets,
but the resets are through. Jinx gets excited.
3,000 health left on the Baron. There's a flash available from Meteor. Does he die before chance to steal? He has flash. What do they do here?
Breathe just jumps over the wall to the sky, and the lungs are absolutely deflated though. And now the Baron damage. What's going on? Over the wall they go. Baron secured by Wei, but into the fire and flames they go. Wei trying to get a final kill, a final auto. Can't quite get it. Meteor gets that one. The resets begin to come on through. LWX died. Tang Yuan and Ming alone survive with the Baron. To fall with what remains of the Baron buff. That's plus 406, which is better than the other Baron power play. We saw it was minus 61, which I chuckled about briefly last time we saw that, and it's about all we can write home about for now.
So, rapid fire counter for Jinx, really, really important here, because you can just get those extra pop-off moments. Here comes Wei on the flank, has flash, he's going for it, but doesn't get it.
Does not, and the quickness on the other side puts Ming into a dangerous position. Will go 1 for 1, both supports traded. Wei though, so low, Rocket Bell comes across, not quite enough damage. Meteor on the other side going to get redemption back to high HP. Xiaoye jumped on, doesn't die, and the damage back is monstrous. Where the hell is LWX? He's running away to safety, but how far can they go? They've got to try and get towards the Hex Gates, but LGD know it as well.
They're trying to cut them off the pass. They get the Mantra Q over the wall. Blind Mantra Q from Haichao. Can LWX make it out? The last surviving member of RNG. He has damage, but how much? Not enough. Meteor completes the clean. Needs to buy some time.
They're going to try and hold on best they can, but it's literally Ming against the wall. There's no wave clear until Breathe in 15 seconds. He's trying to get towards the wave. He's trying to throw down the Riptides in a prayer, but Ming is not going to quite manage. He's still pulling away people from the tower. They're still falling. Breathe. 5 seconds left. They've done it. LGD 2-0 RNG in the most bizarre of fashions. It has been a fist fight, a bloody back and forth, but it is LGD that prove the victors.
Logans.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LPL Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.